I have told you, my lord, of you. He is coming down to you. I thank you, sir. Here's my lord. One of Lord Timon's men, a gift, I warrant. Why, this hits right. I dreamt of a silver basin and you were tonight. Flaminius, honest Flaminius, you are very respectfully welcome, sir. Fill me some wine. And how does that honorable, complete, free-hearted gentleman of Athens, thy very bountiful good lord and master? His health is well, sir. I am right glad that his health is well, sir. And what hast thou there under thy cloak, pretty Flaminius? Faith, nothing but an empty box, sir, which is my lord's behalf I come to entreat your honor to supply, who having great and instant occasion to use 50 talents, hath sent to your lordship to furnish him, nothing doubting your present assistance therein. La 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 la. Nothing doubting, says he. Alas, good lord, a noble gentleman 'tis, if he would not keep so good a house. Many a time and often I had dined with him and told him on it, and come again to supper to him of purpose to have him spend less, and yet he would embrace no counsel, take no warning by my coming. Every man has his fault, and honesty is his. I had told him on it, but I could ne'er get him from it. Please, your lordship, here is the wine. Flaminius, I have noted thee always wise. Here's to thee. Your lordship speaks your pleasure. I have observed thee always for a towardly prompt spirit. Give thee thy due. And one that knows what belongs to reason, and canst use the time well, if the time use thee well. Good parts in thee, get you gone, sirrah. Draw nearer, honest Flaminius, thy lord's a bountiful gentleman, but thou art wise, and thou knowest well enough, although thou comest to me, that this is no time to lend money, especially upon bare friendship, without security. Here's 3 solidaires for thee. Good boy, wink at me, and say thou saw'st me not. Fare thee well. Is it possible the world should so much differ, and we alive that lived? Fly damned baseness to him that worships thee. Ah, now I see thou art a fool and fit for thy master. May these add to the number that may scald thee. Let molten coin be thy damnation. Thou disease of a friend, and not himself, has friendship such a faint and milky heart, it turns in less than 2 nights. Oh, you gods, I feel my master's passion. The slave unto his honor has my lord's meat in him. Why should it thrive and turn to nutriment when he is turned to poison? Oh, may diseases only work upon it, and when he's sick to death, let not the part of nature, which my lord paid for, be of any power to expel sickness, but prolong his hour. Who? The Lord Timon. He is my very good friend and an honorable gentleman. We know him for no less, though we are but strangers to him. But I can tell you one thing, my lord, and which I hear from common rumors. Now Lord Timon's happy hours are done and past, and his estate shrinks from him. Fie. No, do not believe it. He cannot want for money. But believe you this, my lord, that not long ago one of his men was with the Lord Lucullus to borrow 50 talents, nay, urged extremely for it, and showed what necessity belonged to it, and yet was denied. What a wicked beast was I to disfurnish myself against such a good time, when I might have shown myself honourable. How unluckily it happened that I should purchase the day before for a little part and undo a great deal of honour. Servilius, now before the gods, I am not able to do the more beast I say. I was sending to use Lord Timon myself, these gentlemen can witness. But I would not for the wealth of Athens, I had done it now. Commend me bountifully to his good lordship, and I hope his honour will conceive the fairest of me, because I have no power to the kind. And tell him this from me. I count it one of my greatest afflictions, say that I cannot pleasure such an honourable gentleman. Good Servilius, will you befriend me so far as to use mine own words to him? Yes, sir, I shall. I'll look you out a good turn, Servilius. True as you said, Timon is a shrunk indeed, and he's that once denied will hardly speed. Do you observe this, Hostilius? I too well. Why, this is the world so, and just of the same piece as every flatterer's sport, who can call him his friend that dips in the same dish, for in my knowing Timon has been this lord's father, and kept his credit with his purse, supported his estate, nay, Timon's money has paid his men their wages. He ne'er drinks but Timon's silver threads upon his lip, and yet, oh see, the monstrousness of man when he looks out in an ungrateful shape. He does deny him in respect of his, what charitable men afford to beggars. Religion groans at it. For mine own part, I never tasted Timon in my life, nor came any of his bounties over me to mark me for his friend. Yet I protest, for his right noble mind, illustrious virtue, and honourable carriage, had his necessity made use of me. I would have put my wealth into donation, and the best half should have returned to him, so much I love his heart. But I perceive men must learn how with pity to dispense, for policy sits above conscience. Must he needs trouble me in it? Above all others, he might have tried Lord Lucius or Lucullus, and now Ventidius is wealthy too, whom he redeemed from prison. All these owes their estates unto him. My lord, they have all been touched and found base matter, for they have all denied him. How? Have they denied him? Has Ventidius and Lucullus denied him, and does he send to me? 3? It shows but little love or judgment in him. Must I be his last refuge? His friends like physicians thrive, give him over. Must I take the cure upon me, as much disgraced me in it? I am angry at him that might have known my place. I see no sense for it, but his occasions might have wooed me first. For in my conscience I was the first man that e'er received gift from him. And does he think so backwardly of me now that I'll requite it lest? No. Say it may prove an argument of laughter to the rest, and I amongst lords be thought a fool. I'd rather than the worth of thrice the sum had sent to me first, but for my mind's sake I'll such a courage to do him good. But now return, and with that faint reply this answer join, who bates mine honour shall not know my coin. Excellent. Your lordship's a goodly villain. The devil knew not what he did when he made man politic. He crossed himself by it, and I cannot think but in the end the villainies of man will set him clear. How fairly this lord strives to appear foul, takes virtuous copies to be wicked, and like those that under hard ardent zeal would set whole realms on fire. Of such a nature in his politic love, this was my lord's best hope, Now all are fled, save only the guards, now his friends are dead. Those that were ne'er acquainted with their wards, many a bounteous year must be employed now to guard show their master. And this is our liberal course allows. Who cannot keep his wealth must keep his house. Well met, good morrow, Titus and Hortensius. The like to you, kind Varro. Lucius, what do we meet together? Aye, and I think when business does command us all, for mine is money. So is theirs and ours, and Sir Philotas too. Good day at once. Welcome, good brother. What do you think the hour? Labouring for mine. So much. Is not my lord seen yet? Not yet. I wonder on it. He was wont to shine at 7. Aye, but the days are waxed shorter with him. You must consider that a prodigal course is like the sun's, but not like his recoverable. I fear 'tis deepest winter in Lord Timon's purse. That is, one may reach deep enough and yet find little. I am of your fear for that. I'll show you how to observe a strange event your lord sends now for money. Most true. He does. And he wears jewels now of Timon's gift, for which I wait for money. It is against my heart. Mark how strange it shows Timon in this should pay more than he owes, and e'en as if your lord should wear rich jewels and send for money for 'em. I'm weary of this charge. The gods can witness. I know my lord hath spent of Timon's wealth, and now ingratitude makes it worse than stealth. Yes, mine's 3,000 crowns. What's yours? 5,000 mine. 'Tis much deep. And it should seem by the sum your master's confidence was above mine, else surely his had equalled. One of Lord Timon's men, Flaminius. Sir, a word. Pray, is my lord ready to come forth? No, indeed he is not. We attend his lordship. Pray signify so much. I need not tell him that. He knows you are too diligent. Ha! Is not that his steward muffled? So he goes away in a cloud. Call him, call him. Do you hear, sir? By your leave, sir. What do you ask of me, my friend? We wait for certain money here, sir. Aye. If money were as certain as your waiting, 'twere sure enough. Why then preferred you not your sums and bills when your false masters eat of my lord's meat? Then they could smile and fawn upon his debts and take down the interest into their gluttonous maws. You do yourselves but wrong to stir me up. Let me pass quietly. Believe it, my lord, and I have made an end. I have no more to reckon he to spend. Aye, but his answer will not serve. If 'twill not serve, 'tis not so base as you, for you serve knaves. How? What does this cashiered worship mutter? No matter what, he's poor, and that's revenge enough. Who can speak broader than he that has no house to put his head in? Such may rail against great buildings. Oh, here's Servilius. Now we shall know some answer. If I might beseech you, gentlemen, to repair some other hour, I should derive much from it. For take it of my soul, my lord leans wondrously to discontent. His comfortable temper has forsook him. He's much out of health, and keeps his chamber. Many do keep their chambers, are not sick, and if it be so far beyond his health, methinks he should the sooner pay his debts and make a clear way to the gods. Good gods. We cannot take this for answer, sir. Servilius, help. My lord, my lord. What? Are my doors opposed against my passage? Have I been ever free, and must my house be my retentive enemy, my jail? The place which I have feasted does it now. Like all mankind, show me an iron heart. Put it now, Titus. My lord, here is my bill. Here's mine, and mine, my lord, and ours, my lord, and all our bills. Knock me down with them, cleave me to the girdle. Alas, my lord, cut my heart in sums. Mine 50 talents. Tell out my blood. 5,000 crowns, my lord. 5,000 drops pays that. What's yours and yours, my lord? My lord. Tear me, take me, and the gods fall upon you. Faith, I perceive our masters may throw their caps at their money. These debts may well be called desperate ones, for a madman owes them. They have e'en put my breath from me, the slaves, creditors, devils. My dear lord, what if it should be so? My lord, I'll have it so, my steward. Here, my lord, so fitly, go bid all my friends again, Lucius, Lucullus, and Sempronius, or I'll once more feast the rascals. Oh, my lord, you only speak from your distracted soul. There's not so much left to furnish out a moderate table. Be it not in thy care. Go, I charge thee, invite them all, let in the tide of knaves once more, my cook and I'll provide. My lord, you have my voice to it, the fault's bloody. 'Tis necessary he should die, nothing emboldens sin so much as mercy. Most true, the law shall bruise him. Honor, health, and compassion to the Senate. Now, Captain, I am an humble suitor to your virtues, for pity is a virtue of the law, and none but tyrants use it cruelly. It pleases time and fortune to lie heavy upon a friend of mine, who in hot blood hath stepped into the law, which is past depth, to those that without heed do plunge into it. He is a man, setting his fate aside of comely virtues. Nor did he soil the fact with cowardice, and honor in him which buys out his fault, but with a noble fury and fair spirit, seeing his reputation touched to death. He did oppose his foe, and with such sober and unnoted passion he did behave his anger, ere 'twas spent, as if he had but proved an argument. You undergo too strict a paradox, striving to make an ugly deed look fair. Your words have took such pains as if they labor to bring manslaughter into form, and set quarreling upon the head of valor, which indeed is valor misbegot, and came into the world when sex and factions was newly born. He's truly valiant, that can wisely suffer the worst that man can breathe, and makes his wrongs his outsides to wear them like his raiment, carelessly, and ne'er prefer his injuries to his heart, to bring it into danger if wrong be evils, and enforce us kill. What folly 'tis to hazard life for ill. My lord, you cannot make gross sins look clear. To revenge is no valor but to bear. My lords, then, under favor, pardon me. If I speak like a captain, why do fond men expose themselves to battle and not endure all threats? Sleep upon it, and let the foes quietly cut to the throats without repugnancy. If there be such valour in the bearing, what make we abroad? Why then women are most valiant that stay at home, if bearing carry it? And the ass more captain than the lion, the felon loaden with irons, wiser than the judge of wisdom in suffering. O my lords, as you are great, be pitifully good, who cannot condemn rashness in cold blood. To kill, I grant, is sin's extremest gust, but a defence by mercy 'tis most just to be in anger and impiety. But who is man that is not angry? Weigh but the crime with this. You breathe in vain. In vain! His service done, as Lacedaemon and Byzantium were a sufficient briber for his life. What's that? Why, I say, my lords, has done fair service, and slain in fight many of your enemies. How full of valour did he bear himself in the last conflict, and made plenteous wounds. He has made too much plenty with him. He's a sworn rioter. He has a sin that often drowns him and takes his valour prisoner. If there were no foes that were enough to overcome him in that beastly fury, he has not been known to commit outrages and cherish factions. 'Tis inferred to us, his days are foul and his drink dangerous. He dies. Hard fate, he might have died in war, my lords, if not for any parts in him, though his right arm might purchase his own time and be in debt to none. Yet more to move you, take my deserts to his and join them both. And for I know your reverend ages love security, I'll pawn my victories, all my honour to you upon his good returns. If by this crime he owes the law his life, why let the war receive it in valiant gore, for law is strict in war is nothing more. We are for law, he dies. Urge it no more. A height of our displeasure, friend or brother, he forfeits his own blood that spills another. Must it be so? It must not be, my lords, I do beseech you. Know me. How? Call me to your remembrances. What? I cannot think, but your age has forgot me. It could not else be I should prove to so base to sue and be denied such common grace. My wounds ache at you. Do you dare our anger? 'Tis in few words, but spacious in effect. We banish thee forever. Banish me. Banish your dotage. Banish usury that makes the Senate ugly. If after 2 days shine Athens contain thee, attend our weightier judgment, and not to swell our spirit, he shall be executed presently. Now the gods keep you old enough that you may live only in bone, that none may look upon you. I'm worse than mad. I have kept back their foes while they have told their money and let out their coin upon large interest. I myself rich only in large hurts. All those for this. Is this the balsam that the usuring senate pours into captain's wounds? Banishment. It comes not ill. I hate not to be banished. It's the cause worthy my spleen and fury that I may strike at Athens. I'll cheer up my discontented troops and lay for hearts. 'Tis honour and most lands to be at odds. Soldiers should brook as little wrongs as gods. The good time of day to you, sir. I also wish it to you. I think this honourable lord did but try us this other day. Upon that were my thoughts tiring when we encountered. I hope it is not so low with him as he made it seem in the trial of his several friends. It should not be by the persuasion of his new feasting. I should think so. He hath sent me an earnest inviting, which many my near occasions did urge me to put off, but he hath conjured me beyond them, and I must needs appear. In like manner, Was I in debt to my importunate business? But he would not hear my excuse. I am sorry when he sent to borrow of me that my provision was out. I am sick of that grief too, as I understand how all things go. Every man hears so. What would he have borrowed of you? 1,000 pieces. 1,000 pieces. What have you? He sent to me, sir. Here he comes. With all my heart, gentlemen both, and how fare you? Ever at the best, hearing well of your lordship. The swallow follows not summer more willing than we your lordship. Nor more willingly leaves winter such summer birds are men. Gentlemen, our dinner will not recompense this long stay. Feast your ears with the music a while. If they will fare so harshly ere the trumpets sound, we shall to it presently. I hope it remains not unkindly with your lordship that I returned you an empty messenger. Oh, sir, let it not trouble you. My noble lord, my good friend, what cheer. My most honourable lord, I am e'en sick of shame that when your lordship this other day sent to me, I was so unfortunate a beggar. Think not on it, sir. If you had sent but 2 hours before, let it not cumber your better remembrance. Come, bring in all together. All the covered dishes. Royal cheer, I warrant you. Doubt not that if money in the least season can yield it. How do you? What's the news? Alcibiades is banished, hear you of it? Alcibiades banished? 'Tis so, be sure of it. How? I pray you upon what? My worthy friends, will you draw near? I'll tell you more anon. Here's a noble feast toward. This is the old man still. Will it hold? Will it hold? It does, but time will, and so I do conceive. Each man to his stool. With that spur as he would to the lip of his mistress, your diet shall be in all places alike. Make not a city feast of it, to let the meat cool ere we can agree upon the first place. Sit, sit! The gods require our thanks. You great benefactors, sprinkle our society with thankfulness. But for your own gifts make yourselves praised. But reserve still to give, lest your deities be despised. Lend to each man enough that one need not lend to another. For we, your godheads, to borrow of men, man would forsake the gods. Make the meat beloved more than the man that gives it. Let no assembly of 20 be without a score of villains. If there sit 12 women at the table, let a dozen of them be as they are. The rest of your fees, O gods, the senators of Athens, together with the common tag of people, what is amiss in them? You gods make suitable for destruction. For these my present friends, as they are to me, nothing. So in nothing bless them, and to nothing are they welcome. Uncover dogs and lap. What does his lordship mean? I know not. May you a better feast never behold. You, not of mouth, friend, smoke and lukewarm water is your perfection. This is Timon's last, who stuck and spangled with your flatteries, washes it off and sprinkles in your faces your reeking villainy. Live loathed and long. Most smiling, smooth, detested parasites, courteous destroyers, affable wolves, meek bears, your fortune, fools of fortune, trench of friends, times, flies, cap and knee slaves, vapors and minute jacks. Of man and beast the infinite malady crust you quite o'er. What? Dost thou go? Soft. Take thy physic first, thou too, and thou. Stay, I will lend thee money, borrow none. What? All in motion. Henceforth be no feast. Whereat a villain's not a welcome guest. Burn house, sink Athens, henceforth hated be of Timon man and all humanity. How now, my lords? Know you the quality of Lord Timon's fury? Push, did you see my cap? I have lost my gown. He is but a mad lord, and not but you must sway him. He gave a jewel the other day, and now he has beat it out of my hat. Did you see my jewel? Did you see my cap? Here it is. Here lies my gown. Let's make no stay. Lord Timur's mad. I feel it upon my bones. One day he gives us diamonds, next day stones.